In the vast, unfolding dance of the universe, moments like this are rare. Tonight, the celestial forces are aligning in ways that will forever alter the course of your life. This is no accident. You were drawn here for a reason, and the energies around us are awakening something deep within you. For centuries, sages and mystics have spoken of these times, times when the veils between the known and unknown are thinned, and the possibilities of transformation are at their peak. We are on the precipice of a cosmic shift, and tonight, that shift will reach its zenith. The energy in the air is palpable, like the first breath before a storm. The universe has been preparing you for this moment, whether you realize it or not. Every lesson, every hardship, every twist of fate has led you to this point. You are at the threshold of an awakening, a deep knowing that has been waiting for you to uncover. Tonight, the doors to new dimensions of consciousness are wide open, and you are invited to step through. This is more than just an astrological event. It's a cosmic invitation to realign with your highest purpose, to activate latent powers within you that may have been dormant for lifetimes. The energy tonight is one of profound change, and with it comes the opportunity to release what no longer serves you and embrace a new path, one that's been waiting for you to recognize it. Are you ready to surrender to the energy that is sweeping through the cosmos? Are you prepared to embrace the transformation that is about to unfold in your life? Take a moment to affirm in the comments, "I am ready for transformation." This video is structured into 5 parts, with the final part being the most crucial, so be sure to watch until the end. And while you're here, don't forget to like the video and show your appreciation by subscribing. Let's dive in. Jupiter, between the full moon and Aldebaran, a cosmic dance of expansion. Imagine standing on a quiet beach as the waves roll in, gently yet powerfully. Now picture the moonlight reflecting off those waves, shimmering and ever expanding. This is the kind of energy Jupiter brings when it sits between the nearly full moon and Aldebaran. It's as if the cosmic tides are being amplified, pushing you to step beyond your limits and into a new phase of spiritual growth. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, and just as its size dwarfs all others, its influence in the sky is both vast and profound. When Jupiter aligns with the full moon and the star Aldebaran, it's like a cosmic spotlight shining on you, urging you to expand your mind, heart, and soul. Think of it as a powerful wind pushing a sailboat forward. It's an opportunity to harness the wind of your potential and set a new course toward growth. In the ancient wisdom of astrology, Jupiter is seen as the planet of abundance, wisdom, and higher learning. It's often called the great benefactor because it brings expansion and opportunities wherever it goes. When it aligns with the full moon, which represents illumination and the revealing of truths, it's like opening the door to a room full of light. After stumbling through the darkness, you can see clearly now. The path forward becomes more obvious, and the tools for spiritual growth seem to fall into place. This is a time when new ideas, inspirations, and insights flood your mind, and you're given the chance to grow beyond what you thought was possible. Now think of Aldebaran as a wise old sage standing at the edge of the sky, watching over this celestial dance. Aldebaran is one of the brightest stars in the constellation Taurus, and it has long been associated with cosmic wisdom, courage, and the quest for truth. If Jupiter is the beacon of expansion, Aldebaran is like a guiding star, showing you where to focus your newfound energies. It calls you to not only expand your mind, but to do so with purpose, integrity, and an understanding that growth requires wisdom. Under this alignment, you are encouraged to seek not just more knowledge, but the right kind of wisdom that leads you toward a higher understanding of the universe and your place within it. Mars near the waning gibbous moon. Action meets reflection. In the other part of the sky, Mars is nestled near the waning gibbous moon. Mars, the planet of action and willpower, doesn't just sit still. It's like a flame, always burning, always pushing forward. When Mars aligns with the waning gibbous moon, a phase associated with release, letting go, and reflection, it's like a fire that has already burned brightly, but now it's time to step back and assess the damage. The energy is still there, but its purpose shifts. It's as if the flame now casts light on what needs to be cleared out, what no longer serves you, and gives you the strength to let go. Mars' influence on action is unmistakable. It's the planet that drives you to act, to pursue, and to break down obstacles. But in this alignment with the waning gibbous moon, the energy takes on a different quality. It's not so much about pushing forward aggressively as it is about knowing when to pause, reflect, and prepare for what's next. Think of it like a runner who is approaching the end of a race. Mars gives you the final burst of energy, but the waning gibbous moon calls you to slow down and look back at the journey you've taken. This is a time for taking stock, understanding what you've learned, and preparing to release what no longer aligns with your higher self. The waning gibbous moon, just before it fades into the new moon phase, is like the final note in a song. It marks the end of one cycle and prepares you for the beginning of the next. It's a time for introspection, for clearing the emotional and mental clutter that may be holding you back. Under this influence, you may feel the urge to let go of old habits, toxic relationships, or past experiences that have weighed you down. It's like cleaning out your closet and donating old clothes, getting rid of the unnecessary to make room for the new. And yet, Mars doesn't leave you without strength. The power of Mars is always there, fueling your actions and transformation. It's the energy that helps you take the first step toward letting go and moving forward. Like a warrior preparing for a new battle, you gather the courage to face the next chapter of your life. The influence of Mars here is not one of force, but of determination and clarity. It's the courage to stop, assess, and act when the time is right, rather than rushing ahead without thought. A cosmic invitation to balance, expansion, and release. As these celestial events unfold in the sky, they invite you to balance two powerful forces within yourself: expansion and release. Jupiter and Aldebaran urge you to broaden your spiritual horizons, to step into the unknown with confidence and wisdom. Mars and the waning gibbous moon, on the other hand, call for reflection, for clearing out the emotional debris that no longer serves you. Together, they form a cosmic invitation to grow, but to do so wisely, and to release what holds you back, but to do so with strength and clarity. This is a moment when you can embrace both sides of transformation, taking bold steps forward while also acknowledging the need to release what's no longer aligned with your soul's path. Just like a tree shedding its leaves to make room for new growth, you are being asked to shed what is weighing you down so that you can bloom anew under the expansive energies of Jupiter and the full moon. Mercury at its farthest angular distance from the Sun, a moment of clarity. Imagine standing in the middle of a busy street, surrounded by people shouting, horns honking, and everything blurring together. Now imagine stepping off the street and into a quiet, peaceful garden where everything is calm and clear. That feeling of quieting the noise is what Mercury's position at its farthest angular distance from the Sun brings into our lives. This particular alignment creates a rare moment where communication, thoughts, and ideas become crisp and focused, almost as if the universe is giving you a clear, open space to hear your inner voice. Mercury, the planet of communication, travel, and thought, has a way of stirring up activity in our minds. When it's near the Sun, its rays often blur our mental clarity, clouding our thoughts like a thick fog. But when Mercury moves as far as it can from the Sun, it creates a space of mental freedom, where the noise of daily life quiets, and you can finally hear your inner wisdom without distractions. Think of it like a teacher stepping out of the room, allowing the students to think and reflect without guidance. In this space, you have the chance to process your thoughts more clearly and make decisions with a level of precision that you may not have had before. During this time, it's as if Mercury is handing you a magnifying glass, allowing you to examine your thoughts and ideas more closely. You're able to notice the details that often get missed, the subtle shifts in your mindset, or the quiet whispers of inspiration. Your ability to express yourself also becomes sharper, like a writer finding the perfect words to describe a scene. Conversations that might have felt unclear before now become fluid and direct, as though you're suddenly speaking a language that everyone around you can understand. Mercury's connection to Antares, a star of passion and transformation. As Mercury reaches its farthest point from the Sun, it also aligns near the star Antares, which has a fiery, transformative energy. Antares, often called the heart of the Scorpion in the constellation Scorpius, is a star of passion and power. It's the type of energy that stirs the soul, making you feel deeply connected to your desires, ambitions, and emotions. When Mercury, the planet of communication, aligns with Antares, it's like the voice of your passions becomes louder, clearer, and more focused. Think of Mercury as a translator and Antares as the powerful force that drives your inner fire. When these two come together, it's as if your thoughts are no longer just thoughts. They become fueled with energy and purpose. The things you say, the ideas you share, and the messages you send out into the world carry with them a deep sense of passion and transformation. Just as a spark can set a forest ablaze, this alignment ignites your inner passions, allowing you to express them with clarity and confidence. Antares also symbolizes transformation, much like the shedding of old skin or the caterpillar turning into a butterfly. With Mercury in this position, your communications may take on a transformative quality as well. Old misunderstandings or stagnant conversations can suddenly shift, bringing new insights and breakthroughs. This is a time when you can shed outdated ways of thinking and embrace a more powerful, authentic expression of yourself. The connection to Antares gives you the courage to speak your truth, no matter how difficult it may seem. Mercury and the crescent moon rise side by side near Antares, a fresh start. As Mercury and the crescent moon rise side by side near Antares, it's like the universe is offering you a blank canvas at the start of a new day. The crescent moon, just beginning to wax, is the symbol of new beginnings. It's the quiet, hopeful moment before things fully bloom, much like the first steps of a new project or the initial breath of a new journey. The crescent moon holds the energy of potential, of setting intentions, and of planting the seeds that will grow over time. When Mercury and the crescent moon rise together near Antares, it's as if the stars themselves are telling you that this is a moment to align your thoughts with your deepest desires. The energy of the crescent moon encourages you to focus on what you want to begin, while Mercury's influence ensures that you can communicate your intentions clearly. With Antares in the mix, this alignment is not just about making plans, it's about doing so with passion and conviction. It's as if the universe is whispering, now is the time to take that first step towards something new, something that stirs your soul. The spiritual power of this alignment is like planting a new seed in fertile soil. You are being given the opportunity to start fresh, to put your intentions out into the world with clarity and focus. Just as the crescent moon marks the start of a new lunar cycle, this moment marks the beginning of a new cycle in your life. Whether it's a new project, a new phase in your spiritual growth, or simply a new way of thinking, the energy around you supports new beginnings that are grounded in passion and purpose. The symbolic meaning of Mercury and the crescent moon aligning. When Mercury and the crescent moon align, it's a powerful moment of synchronization. It's as if the mind and the heart come together in perfect harmony. Mercury brings the clarity of thought, while the crescent moon brings the gentle power of new beginnings. Together, they form a dynamic duo, one that helps you not only think clearly about what you want, but also feel deeply connected to the process of bringing it into being. It's like drawing a roadmap and then feeling the excitement of the journey ahead. This alignment encourages you to start small, but think big. The crescent moon is not fully illuminated yet, which means there's still room for growth and expansion. Mercury's position ensures that you are starting with a clear sense of purpose and intention, so that as the moon grows, so too will the potential of your new endeavor. This is a time to speak your dreams into existence, to plan with a clear mind, and to set intentions that come from the deepest part of who you are. The spiritual power of starting anew under this configuration. Starting anew under the influence of Mercury and the crescent moon near Antares is like taking the first steps into a fresh chapter of your life, armed with both mental clarity and passionate energy. The universe is urging you to take that first step, to embrace the new opportunities that are opening before you, and to do so with confidence and clarity. It's a moment of spiritual renewal, an invitation to shed old patterns of thinking, embrace new beginnings, and communicate your deepest desires to the world with courage and purpose. The power of this alignment is one of transformation, growth, and the beautiful unfolding of your true potential. The sign of the 5D shift, awakening to a new dimension of consciousness. Imagine you are standing in a dimly lit room, trying to find your way around. The walls are cluttered with thoughts, worries, and distractions. Every step you take feels uncertain because you can only see what's immediately in front of you. Now picture that same room suddenly flooding with bright, clear light. The shadows fade away, the clutter becomes visible, and you begin to see the room for what it truly is, a space filled with endless possibilities. This shift from darkness to light is like the transition from 3D to 5D consciousness, a profound change that is quietly unfolding in the world. What is the 5D shift? From 3D to 5D consciousness. To understand the 5D shift, let's first take a look at what 3D consciousness is. Imagine living in a world where everything is governed by the senses, what you see, hear, touch, taste, and smell. In this reality, people often measure success by material possessions, power, and external validation. Emotions can be driven by fear, lack, and competition, with individuals focused on surviving and thriving in a world of scarcity. This is 3D consciousness, a world where we are heavily influenced by the physical and material aspects of life, often disconnected from our deeper spiritual truths. But the 5D shift is about moving beyond this limited view of the world and stepping into a new dimension of consciousness. Imagine a bird soaring above the ground, seeing the vast expanse of the landscape below. The 5D shift is like that bird's perspective. It's a higher, more expansive way of seeing life, where you feel deeply connected to your true self and to the universe. In this new space, there's no longer a focus on scarcity, fear, or competition. Instead, you experience love, unity, and abundance as the underlying forces that shape your reality. The shift from 3D to 5D consciousness is like walking through a doorway from a black and white world into a colorful one. It's not that the 3D world disappears, but rather that you begin to see more, like suddenly seeing the hidden beauty in the details around you. You start to recognize that everything is interconnected, and your perception of reality expands to include a deeper sense of purpose, spiritual awareness, and connection to something greater than yourself. How celestial alignments signal a cosmic shift in human consciousness. Celestial alignments, like the ones we are currently experiencing, act as a cosmic nudge, signaling a shift in human consciousness. Just as the tides of the ocean are affected by the pull of the moon, our consciousness is subtly influenced by the cosmic energies that surround us. When the stars, planets, and moons align in specific patterns, they create a ripple effect, prompting us to awaken to higher truths and possibilities. The cosmic events happening in the sky right now are like a celestial orchestra, each planet and star playing its part to guide humanity towards spiritual growth. For instance, when Jupiter aligns with the moon, or when Mercury is positioned to help us communicate with clarity, these celestial occurrences reflect the changes we are going through as individuals and as a collective. They encourage us to move from a place of fear and limitation to a space of expansion and connection. Just like how a seed responds to the warmth and light of the sun, humanity is being gently coaxed out of the soil of old, limiting beliefs and into the light of a new, higher consciousness. During these alignments, it's as if the universe is offering us a map to navigate this shift. These celestial events help us recognize the powerful energy of transformation that is available to us. They signal that the time is now to awaken to our true potential and embrace the spiritual evolution that is taking place on Earth. The opportunity for higher awareness, spiritual awakening, and transformation. The 5D shift offers an extraordinary opportunity for higher awareness and spiritual awakening. Think of it like waking up from a long, peaceful sleep and realizing that the world around you is full of magic and wonder. In this new reality, you begin to perceive things with greater clarity. Emotions, thoughts, and even events around you are seen in a new light. You start to understand that your thoughts create your reality, and your connection to the universe is more profound than you ever imagined. This is a time for personal transformation. Just as a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, you too have the chance to shed old layers of fear, limitation, and negativity that no longer serve you. The energies present in the cosmos are providing the fuel for this transformation. It's like having the right conditions to grow: sunlight, water, and fertile soil, where everything you need to become your best self is readily available to you. Spiritual awakening during this time is like the opening of a flower, gently and naturally unfolding. As you awaken, you begin to remember your true essence, the infinite loving being that you are. You connect with a deep sense of inner peace and purpose, understanding that you are not separate from others or from the universe. The illusion of separateness fades, and you begin to experience life through the lens of unity, compassion, and love. This shift also brings the potential for transformation on a global scale. Just as a single ripple in water spreads across the surface, the awakening of individual consciousness spreads to the collective. As more and more people wake up to their higher selves, the world begins to shift toward a more harmonious, loving, and sustainable future. This is not just a personal transformation, it's a collective one, as humanity moves toward a more enlightened way of living. The 5D shift is an invitation to embrace the flow of life, to let go of rigid beliefs, and to allow yourself to expand into your highest potential. Just like the transformation of night into day, it's a natural and beautiful process that takes time, patience, and trust. You may not see the full picture immediately, but each step forward brings you closer to a reality that is filled with love, abundance, and infinite possibilities. Clinging to the past, embracing the winds of change. Imagine you are standing on the edge of a cliff, looking out at the vast horizon. Below you lies a dense forest, familiar and comfortable, where you've spent years walking the same worn paths. But above, the sky is open, filled with endless possibilities and the bright light of new beginnings. The wind whispers in your ears, calling you toward this open sky, yet you hesitate, afraid to leave the safe comfort of the forest behind. This is what it's like to cling to the past. Clinging to the past is like holding onto a vine that has long since stopped bearing fruit. It may have once been a lifeline, helping you survive or feel secure, but now it's a dead weight, keeping you tethered to a place where growth no longer occurs. The past can feel like a warm, soft blanket, one that you wrap around yourself because it's familiar, even if it no longer serves you. But just as an old sweater becomes threadbare and tattered, the past can hold you back, preventing you from stepping into the new, vibrant energy that is calling you forward. The changes that are unfolding in your life are like the seasons shifting. The cold, barren winter is fading, and spring is knocking at the door. If you resist, you are like a tree trying to hold on to its dead leaves when it should be shedding them to make room for fresh growth. The new possibilities that await you are as abundant as the blooming flowers in spring, ready to bring color and life to your world. But to fully embrace them, you must let go of what's no longer necessary, and this can feel challenging. Holding on to the past is often born from fear of the unknown, fear of failure, or fear of losing something that once brought you comfort. But much like the river that has to flow forward to stay alive, resisting change only creates stagnation. Life's flow is always moving, and trying to stop it is like standing in a stream, trying to block its current with your hands. No matter how hard you try, the water will find its way around you. The only way to truly grow is to release the need to control what's already past and open yourself up to what is new and unknown. Change is like the opening of a door to a new room in your house. At first, the room may seem unfamiliar, but once you step inside, you discover that it holds exactly what you need. Just as the tide naturally comes and goes, change is inevitable. Rather than fighting it, try to welcome it, as it brings with it the opportunities for growth, healing, and new experiences. Let go of the past the way a bird lets go of the branch when it takes flight. The sky is vast, and there is so much more for you to experience. By embracing change, you allow yourself to soar into the unknown with the wings of possibility. Negative self-talk, quieting the inner critic. Imagine trying to climb a mountain while carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each rock represents a negative thought or self-doubt, weighing you down and making the climb harder than it needs to be. This is what it feels like when you engage in negative self-talk. It's like trying to run a race while wearing shoes that are 2 sizes too small. Your potential is there, but the limitations you place on yourself hold you back. Negative self-talk is a quiet thief. It sneaks into your thoughts and undermines your confidence, convincing you that you aren't capable, worthy, or good enough. It's like planting weeds in a beautiful garden. Instead of focusing on the seeds of possibility that you are planting, you are distracted by the doubts and insecurities that threaten to choke the growth of your dreams. If you constantly tell yourself that you can't do something or that you're not good enough, it's like standing in front of a mirror and convincing yourself that you don't look the way you truly are. The reflection is distorted by the words you say to yourself. Each negative thought is like a stone you throw into the clear waters of your mind, causing ripples that distort your view of what's possible. But just as a stone sinks to the bottom of a lake, these negative thoughts do not define who you are. They are temporary disturbances, not permanent truths. You are not the sum of your doubts. The key is to recognize these thoughts for what they are: fleeting clouds in an otherwise clear sky. Instead of holding on to them, learn to let them pass like the wind. Refraining from negative self-talk is like turning down the volume of a loud, irritating noise. The more you focus on your strengths, your potential, and the positive affirmations that speak to your worth, the quieter the inner critic becomes. Think of it as choosing to replace the old, worn-out playlist of negativity with a new soundtrack of encouragement and support. Imagine the difference it would make if you spoke to yourself the way you would speak to a dear friend, encouraging, uplifting, and loving. The more you affirm your capabilities, the more you begin to believe in them. You are like a musician tuning their instrument. The more you fine-tune your thoughts and self-beliefs, the clearer and more harmonious your life becomes. Instead of doubting your abilities, choose to focus on the successes you've had, no matter how small. Every step forward is a victory, and each success strengthens your confidence, making it easier to face the next challenge with a sense of purpose. Negative self-talk is like carrying a heavy sack of rocks, but with each kind and empowering word you speak to yourself, you lighten the load. Imagine standing in front of a mirror and saying, "I am capable, I trust myself," or "I am worthy of all the good things that come my way." These words are like keys that unlock the doors to your full potential. When you quiet the inner critic and replace its harsh words with ones that affirm your greatness, you create a space where your confidence can flourish, letting go and embracing your true potential. To truly move forward, you must both release the grip on your past and quiet the negative voices within. Clinging to the past and listening to self-doubt is like standing still in a world that is constantly evolving. But when you embrace change with open arms and replace negativity with empowerment, you unlock the door to your true potential. Change becomes not something to fear, but something to embrace, and self-doubt is replaced by the steady, confident belief in your abilities. Like a flower turning toward the sun, when you release the past and let go of negative self-talk, you begin to thrive. Your journey becomes lighter, brighter, and full of possibility as you step boldly into the future with clarity and purpose. Every step forward is a step toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. Avoid overthinking, trusting your inner compass, Imagine standing in front of a beautiful lake on a calm day. The water is crystal clear, reflecting the sky and the trees around it. But then, as thoughts begin to swirl in your mind, you start tossing stones into the water. Each stone causes ripples, distorting the once clear surface. This is what overthinking does to your mind. It creates turbulence, making it harder to see the clarity and peace that already exists within you. Overthinking is like getting caught in a web of your own thoughts. Each thought spins around, creating more confusion and doubt. Instead of flowing freely like a river, your mind becomes tangled in unnecessary worries and what-ifs. It's easy to get lost in this mental maze, but the key to finding your way out is to stop tossing stones into the lake of your mind. Instead, trust the natural flow of your thoughts and intuition. Trusting your intuition is like following the gentle current of a river, which guides you smoothly to your destination. Just as a river doesn't overthink its path, it simply flows where it's meant to go. Your intuition knows the way. When you listen to it, you move through life with more ease, less resistance, and a sense of purpose. It's like having an internal compass that points you in the right direction, even when the world around you feels chaotic or unclear. Overthinking can make your life feel like a never-ending storm, with clouds of doubt and fear blocking the sunlight of clarity. But by pausing and listening to your inner voice, you calm the storm. Trusting the cosmic flow, those intuitive nudges, synchronicities, and signs from the universe is like sailing on a boat that's perfectly in tune with the wind and the water. You don't need to force your way forward. You simply let the currents guide you. When you trust the flow of life, you stop swimming against the tide. The journey becomes smoother, and you find yourself in the right place at the right time without overanalyzing every step. The universe, like a patient guide, knows where you need to go, and it's up to you to follow its lead with trust and openness. Engaging in conflict, choosing peace over drama. Picture a calm, quiet meadow filled with flowers. The air is still, and the soft hum of nature fills the space. Now imagine someone barging into the meadow, shouting and creating chaos. The flowers are trampled, the peace disturbed, and the energy is shifted. This is what engaging in unnecessary conflict does to your life. It disrupts the harmony and peace you are meant to experience. Conflict is like a storm that shakes the calm waters of your existence. While it's natural for disagreements or challenges to arise, constantly seeking out or engaging in conflict is like choosing to dance in the middle of a thunderstorm, rather than waiting for the calm skies. Now is a time for peace, reflection, and alignment, not for getting caught in unnecessary arguments or drama. It's like choosing to walk through a beautiful forest without stirring up the leaves, instead of throwing rocks to create chaos in your path. When conflict arises, it can feel like the world is pushing you to defend your stance or prove your point. But engaging in this struggle only drains your energy and clouds your peace. Think of life as a vast ocean. Sometimes there are waves, but you don't need to swim in every single wave that comes your way. Instead, you can choose to remain steady like the shoreline, allowing the waves of conflict to pass by without getting swept up in them. Just as a gentle breeze moves through the trees, you have the power to navigate through challenges with grace. Responding with calm and mindfulness is like choosing to sail a boat smoothly through stormy seas, rather than getting caught in the wild, unpredictable waves. You don't need to argue or fight to be heard. Your peace and alignment will speak louder than any words. Instead of fighting, choose silence and reflection. Like a quiet pond, when you do not engage in drama, you preserve your peace and clarity. You have the choice to let go of the need to be right, and instead create space for understanding and harmony. In doing so, you attract the calm you seek, and the energy around you becomes one of unity rather than division. Disregarding your spiritual practices, staying grounded in the storm. Imagine a tree standing tall in the midst of a storm. The wind howls and the rain pours down, but the tree remains firmly rooted in the earth. Its branches may sway, but it doesn't fall over. This is what your spiritual practices do for you. They anchor you, keeping you grounded and strong when life feels turbulent. When you disregard meditation, journaling, or other grounding activities, it's like a tree neglecting its roots and standing unprotected against a storm. Spiritual practices are like the roots of a tree. They provide stability and nourishment, helping you stay connected to your inner self, the earth, and the universe. Meditation, journaling, and other rituals act as reminders to return to your center. They help clear away the mental clutter and reconnect you with the peace and clarity that is always present within you. Think of them as tools that keep you from being swept away by the distractions of everyday life. Just as a tree needs water, sunlight, and space to grow, you need these practices to nurture your soul and maintain your sense of balance. When you meditate, you clear the mind like a gardener raking leaves to reveal the fertile soil beneath. In this space of calm, you are able to hear the whispers of your soul and the guidance of the universe. When you journal, it's like planting seeds on the page, thoughts, reflections, and emotions that need to be expressed in order to grow. These practices are your way of tending to the garden of your inner world, ensuring that it remains healthy, vibrant, and full of life. Neglecting your spiritual practices is like walking through life without a compass. It's easy to get lost or feel adrift when you aren't regularly checking in with yourself and grounding your energy. It's also easy to become overwhelmed by the noise of the world. Spiritual practices act as a sanctuary, a place where you can retreat, recharge, and find the answers you seek. Without them, you are like a boat without an anchor, drifting wherever the waves take you, rather than navigating with purpose. In times of uncertainty, it's especially important to stay committed to your spiritual practices. They are the constant in a world that often feels chaotic. When you take the time to nurture your soul, you give yourself the strength to face challenges with grace and clarity. These practices are like the steady rhythm of your heart, keeping you aligned with your true self, even when the world around you is changing. Set intentions for growth, using the nearly full moon and Jupiter to manifest your higher purpose. Think of the nearly full moon as a giant, glowing mirror in the sky, reflecting back all the possibilities and potentials that reside within you. As it swells toward fullness, it acts as a magnifying glass, amplifying your desires, dreams, and aspirations. Beneath this powerful light, the energy of the nearly full moon becomes a prime opportunity for setting intentions, like planting seeds in a garden, with the promise of growth ahead. And when you pair this with the expansive energy of Jupiter, the results can be extraordinary. Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, acts like a great cosmic benefactor. It's as if it's holding a treasure chest, filled with the keys to wisdom, growth, and new possibilities, and it's ready to hand these keys to you. When Jupiter aligns with the nearly full moon, it's like receiving an invitation to a banquet of opportunities, a moment when the universe opens its doors and offers you a seat at the table of transformation. To set intentions under this alignment is like choosing the best seeds to plant in the fertile soil of your soul. Your desires and goals, no matter how big or small, can be nurtured during this time. Picture your intentions as tiny seeds that are carefully planted into the soil of your consciousness. With the nearly full moon's bright light and Jupiter's expansive energy, those seeds will have the ideal conditions to take root and grow into something powerful. This is not just about wishing for things to happen. This is about setting clear intentions that are in alignment with your higher purpose. Like a sailor setting a course for a distant shore, this moment offers the opportunity to chart a path toward your most authentic self. Jupiter's energy helps broaden your vision, allowing you to dream bigger and bolder than you might have before. The nearly full moon illuminates the path ahead, guiding your steps with its soft, steady light. Together, these cosmic forces create the perfect environment for manifestation, where the only limits are those you place upon yourself. To harness this energy, take a moment to pause and reflect. What are your true desires? What do you want to manifest that aligns with your highest purpose? Setting intentions under the nearly full moon and Jupiter is about moving beyond the material and the superficial. It's about connecting with your inner truth and seeking what serves your soul's growth. As you set your intentions, imagine them as glowing orbs of light, sent out into the universe to be nurtured by these cosmic energies. Allow yourself to believe that whatever you desire is not only possible, it's already on its way to you. Release old patterns, leveraging the waning gibbous moon and Mars to let go of what no longer serves you. As the moon begins its journey from fullness toward darkness, it enters the waning gibbous phase, a time for release, reflection, and letting go. The waning gibbous moon is like the final moments of a dance, where the last notes play, and it's time to bow out and make space for something new. This phase offers you the perfect opportunity to shed old patterns, beliefs, and habits that no longer serve your growth. Imagine this process as cleaning out your closet, removing the old clothes that no longer fit or bring you joy, and making room for new experiences. Mars, the planet of action, is the fiery companion that supports this release. Mars doesn't hesitate. It moves with purpose, cutting through obstacles with a sword of determination. During this time, Mars encourages you to take decisive action, to clear the emotional and mental clutter that has built up over time. It's like standing at the edge of a cluttered room and suddenly deciding to open the windows, letting fresh air sweep away the stale energy. This is your moment to clear out anything that has held you back, whether it's old fears, negative thoughts, or past wounds that still linger like forgotten shadows. When you leverage the energy of the waning gibbous moon with the strength of Mars, it's like receiving a wave of energy that allows you to release what no longer serves your highest good. The waning gibbous moon guides you to reflect on what's worked in your life and what hasn't. It's an invitation to look back and discern what you need to let go of so that you can step into the next chapter of your life with clarity and purpose. Release can be a process of emotional cleansing. Picture it like a river, where the water gently flows, carrying away debris and leaving behind only what is essential. As Mars encourages you to take action, you are empowered to let go of old attachments, limiting beliefs, and past patterns that no longer serve you. Just like how a tree sheds its leaves in the fall, this is your time to release and make room for new growth. However, releasing doesn't have to be harsh or dramatic. It can be a quiet, gentle process, like peeling away the layers of an onion. Every layer you remove gets you closer to your authentic self, free from the weight of past experiences. This is not about rejection or resistance. It's about understanding that some things have served their purpose and it's time to move forward. Think of this phase as a spiritual detox. Just as your body needs time to cleanse itself of toxins, your mind and soul need moments to release negative thoughts and feelings that weigh you down. Mars provides the strength and courage to face the parts of yourself that need healing or releasing, while the waning gibbous moon offers the soft, reflective light that allows you to see clearly. Together, they create the perfect balance for letting go. To fully embrace this process, take time to reflect on what you need to release. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that no longer supports my growth? What patterns do I repeat that keep me stuck? Visualize yourself letting go of these old habits, like releasing a balloon into the sky, watching it float away until it disappears from view. In doing so, you create space for new energy, new opportunities, and new growth. The power of both phases, manifesting and releasing. Both, the nearly full moon with Jupiter and the waning gibbous moon with Mars, offer powerful energies for different yet complementary purposes. One is about expanding and manifesting new possibilities, while the other is about releasing what no longer serves you. Together, they form a powerful cycle, an ebb and flow of creation and release, planting and clearing, building and letting go. This balance is essential for growth, as it allows you to create the life you desire while also making space for the changes that are necessary for your highest good. By setting intentions for growth under the nearly full moon and Jupiter, you are planting the seeds of your future. But by leveraging the waning gibbous moon and Mars to release old patterns, you ensure that those seeds will have the room to grow and flourish. Both phases work in harmony to support your journey, offering the perfect cosmic conditions for transformation, renewal, and expansion. As you embrace this time, remember that the universe is always in motion, guiding you toward your highest potential. Your intentions and releases, both intentional and gentle, will carry you forward into a future full of growth and possibility. Affirm your 5D. Readiness, opening the door to higher dimensions. Imagine standing at the threshold of a grand, golden door. Behind it, you sense a vast expanse of light and possibility. This is the gateway to higher dimensions, to a world filled with love, understanding, and spiritual awareness. But to open that door, you must first acknowledge your readiness and step forward. One of the most powerful ways to signal your openness to these higher dimensions is through affirmations. Affirmations are like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your mind. Each time you speak or write them, you are nourishing your intention to step into a new reality. Think of affirmations as your way of preparing the ground for growth. They are the words that create the foundation upon which your higher self can flourish. When you affirm your readiness for the 5D shift, you're essentially giving yourself permission to expand beyond the limitations of the 3D world and embrace a new way of being, one that is rooted in love, unity, and higher consciousness. Writing down affirmations is like taking a pen and drawing a map of your soul's journey. It's a process of intentionally marking your path forward, claiming the space where you're ready to grow and evolve. For example, writing or saying something like, "I am open to receiving the wisdom of higher dimensions," or "I trust in my ability to ascend to higher consciousness," is like telling the universe that you're no longer just walking through life aimlessly. You are on a purposeful journey of spiritual awakening. Each affirmation is a key that unlocks a door within you, helping you access the higher frequencies of love, peace, and connection. Speaking these affirmations aloud is like sending a signal into the universe. Think of your words as ripples in a pond, creating waves that spread outward, calling in the energy that resonates with your intentions. Just as a radio signal sends out waves to find the correct frequency, your spoken affirmations tune your energy to the higher vibrations of the universe. The act of speaking these words out loud is an expression of your commitment to manifesting the life you desire. It's your way of declaring to the universe, I am ready for the next level of my spiritual evolution. The beauty of affirmations lies in their simplicity. You don't need to overcomplicate the process. Like a compass guiding you in the right direction, your affirmations are gentle reminders of your path. They help you stay focused, grounded, and aligned with the energies of higher consciousness. With each affirmation, you are aligning yourself more deeply with the vibrations of love and light that characterize the fifth dimensional realm. It's a process of becoming, not forcing. Like a flower slowly blooming in the warmth of the sun, your readiness for the 5D shift naturally unfolds. Connect with like-minded souls, sharing high-frequency energy. As you stand at the door to higher dimensions, you'll find that it's not a journey you have to take alone. Connecting with like-minded souls is one of the most beautiful aspects of spiritual growth. It's like finding fellow travelers on the same path, souls who resonate with your energy and vision for the future. Just as a flock of birds flies together, guided by an unseen force, so too do like-minded souls come together to share their collective energy, supporting one another's journey. Engaging in conversations or community gatherings is one of the most powerful ways to elevate your frequency and connect with others who are also awakening to higher dimensions. When two or more people come together in shared intention, the energy is magnified. It's like two musical instruments playing the same song in harmony. Together, their notes create something more beautiful and powerful than they could on their own. When you connect with others on the same frequency, you amplify the energy of love, wisdom, and spiritual growth. Just as light grows brighter when it is reflected off a surface, the energy you share with others in these interactions can uplift and illuminate. Think of these connections as mirrors, reflecting back your highest self, showing you parts of your soul that may have been hidden or dormant. Through these conversations and gatherings, you can discover new insights, awaken dormant potentials, and receive the support you need to continue your journey into higher dimensions. Engaging with like-minded souls is not only about seeking validation, it's about creating a community of light. It's like a campfire where everyone gathers around the warmth, sharing stories and wisdom. In this space, there is no judgment, only a sense of belonging and mutual respect. You come together not because you are the same, but because you are united in your intention to evolve and grow spiritually. Just as a garden thrives when each plant contributes to the whole, so too does your energy thrive when you share it with others in a community that supports your highest good. These connections can happen in many forms, whether through spiritual groups, online communities, or casual gatherings. The key is to find spaces where the energy is high, where others are also focused on growth, love, and spiritual awakening. It's like finding a network of roots that support one another, ensuring that the collective energy remains strong and nourishing. When you surround yourself with people who uplift you, it's like you are feeding your soul with the highest frequencies, helping you ascend into the fifth dimensional consciousness, the ripple effect of shared energy. As you engage with others, something magical happens. Just like throwing a stone into a pond creates ripples that spread out in all directions, your connection with others creates a ripple effect of positive energy. These high-frequency vibrations multiply, expanding far beyond your immediate circle. When you share your light with others, it's like planting seeds in the collective consciousness, helping to spread the message of love, unity, and spiritual awakening to the world. Every conversation, every moment of shared energy, has the potential to create a wave of transformation. When you connect with others who are also focused on ascension, you help create a network of light that extends throughout the world. This collective energy becomes a beacon, guiding others who are ready to step into the 5D shift. It's like a lighthouse, shining brightly and guiding ships safely toward the shore of higher consciousness. If this message resonated with you and you're ready to embrace your breakthrough, don't forget to show your support. Like this video to affirm your commitment to transformation, share it with anyone who needs a little cosmic guidance, and subscribe for more powerful insights and spiritual awakenings. Join our growing community and step into your highest potential. Together, we're on this journey of growth and change. Thank you for being here. Your transformation begins now.